Hello farmers and welcome back to Goldcrest Valley. Just watching the sheep take advantage of the shade from the American elm trees that we planted a couple years ago. Getting close to 90 degrees Fahrenheit today, so I'm pretty sure they're enjoying the shade. And the water. Looks like they're low on water. They're about half filled with water, so I'm going to have to probably top this off later on today, which means leasing a water tanker again. But we got the 8230 up here. We got the mulcher. We got to take care of these fields over here. I thought about this going to the month of July, but I was like, nah, we got some work to do, and we can get it done. So mulching is on the chore for this afternoon of June. I am keeping my eye also on the price of the soybeans, which is going on up. Currently, Mary is the one who has the highest price for us. So we'll be going up there. Got about 30,000 liters of soybeans, so expect about $30,000 to $35,000 coming out into the bank account whenever we are ready to do so. Yeah, I think I'll be probably using the 9RT to deliver the soybeans going up to Mary because that's a steep hill. And we'll be using our little grain trailer. I'm going to call it a little grain trailer because the amount of fields that we have, we always have more grain than what can fit into the trailer. So it will be a couple of trips, but it is what it is. I did notice when I was checking out this field just before I started recording that this field here could actually use some lime. So I could actually use the Kubota spreader that we have to get this field taken care of with some lime. I mean, it's in the okay range. It's not bad, but it's not good and it's not great or perfect, as they say. So at some point, I'll have to spread some lime in this field. And if this field needs it, well, I'm pretty sure then the other field's going to need it as well. Can't quite turn on a dime here with this thing, but it's going to be good enough. So yes, we do have to mulch the alfalfa and clover so it can start to regrow at some point. Oh, look at all that dust coming off all that clover. Glad we got a tractor with a cab and windows. Hopefully all the windows are closed. Don't want to be breathing this stuff on in. So I did have another check at the store page as well, just trying to see what's in there, and just to refresh your memory, it's like a combine, which we don't need, a header for a combine. Yeah, there's just some stuff in there we don't really need currently. A lot of stuff that we could use, but I also don't have the money for it either. As for the silage down at the cow barn, that's going to be ready in about a couple of hours, in-game hours, and we're just going to keep it there for now. I really don't want to sell the silage right now because the silage is at its lowest price. So I could also bring it to the BGA, but currently we got more methane than what the power plant knows what to do with. So, you know, getting it processed over to methane right away is not really a priority either. So we're just going to hang on to it, and who knows, we may wake up in the month of July and find something we might want to buy, and I could use that $100,000, roughly around that, from the silage to buy whatever it is that we need. Like a mower. A mower would be good. Oh yeah, speaking of mowing, I was having a quick look around and some calculations. I'm going to need to make some more hay. So I'm thinking the smaller grass field, I'll probably leave that as to make hay in, and the big grass field we'll use for silage. I think that's the plan moving forward. So every time we mow, the small grass field will be widespread mowing so we can ted it, windrow it, and bale it. And then the big grass field we'll just put it into a nice swath and pick that on up and keep on making some silage with it. Since we're making just about as much as we did off the other two fields we had, so that should all work out. And that's the plan moving forward. I also think I'm not going to mow the grass next month in July, where the small grass field will be at its highest height. I think I'm going to wait until the bigger grass field is at its highest height and to take advantage of getting more yield off it, which means I won't be mowing until August, which is fine because then I can mow again in November. So every 3 months, that'll be the plan, and then we'll start fresh next season. And hopefully, you know, as long as we get 3 cuts per year, that's all that matters to me. That's all that really matters to me. Let's get the 3 cuts in and we are good. Eventually, in the long run, though, we may not have the big grass field. Well, we'll have the field. It won't be a big grass field, but I may put corn into it and we may do corn chaff. It'll be kind of interesting to see how much chaff, if I were to take that grass field and turn it to corn chaff and kind of compare it as to grass, as to what do you actually make more silage off of? 3 cuts of grass in a year off one field, or 1 cut of corn in the chaff? Never thought about that. Actually, wait a minute. I did a test on that back in FS19. And I don't remember the results. That was way, I mean, in the early days of FS19. That was on Ravenport, I do believe. If I remember when I edit this video, I'll put a link somewhere in the corner of the screen to that video of grass to corn. That was an FS19. And I don't think it was with precision farming. I think it was base game stats. But either way, I don't remember what the results were. I'll probably take me about an hour going through my videos just to find the darn thing. I'll see if I can find it. I don't know why all of a sudden it came to me. I was like, wait a minute, I've done that test. But anyways, you know, at that point, if we got a forage harvester, I think doing corn would be just a lot more interesting. Probably a quicker job. I'd only have to do it once a year instead of 3. But it is kind of interesting that we've been here 5 years, apparently, because we're in year 5. Although the first year, does that really count? Because that starts in August. But either way, there have been mowers for sale in the used section, but just not the ones that we are looking for. Now, this mulcher has come in handy. I used it once. Well, we leased it, returned it. I don't know if it's the same one that came up for sale in the store the next day, but it looks like the exact one, and now we're using it. I will have to put fertilizer on these fields at some point throughout the season as well. Just make sure I don't forget. Well, let's go ahead and finish off this field. And we got the alfalfa field around the corner, which is much smaller, so it won't take us as long to do.
You were my best friend. Didn't care about the rules, good on the weekends. I'll be in fools, drifting to deep space. So brave and so stupid, just like the movies. I was gonna stay in the fight with you, just thinking we would do this until we couldn't do it. Each and every high, every night with you, you and me so clueless. We were just broken, shattered, singing along to nothing matters. Stray around like nighttime rumors. We were in too deep. In your worn out sweaters, thinking we'll be young forever. Driving in your mom's old hatchback, and we were in too deep. Cause I'm thinking we'll be young, be young, be young. Cause I'm thinking we'll be young forever. Cause I'm thinking we'll be young, be young, be young. Cause I'm thinking we'll be. Where did it begin? Where did it end? Hanging on loose strings, unable to bend. I never listened, trying to prove it, just like the movies. I was gonna
Well, a great demand at the Maplefield Mill just came in. Could it be for soybeans? That'd be great, because it's the peak time to sell soybeans. And if there's an added bonus to that, that'd be even better. Because that could get us up to over $100,000 in the bank account. I have sped up time up to times 10 just because well, this is the only job I got to do in the month of June. Might as well just speed up time a little bit. I will have to give the sheep some water today, but it's been better than the 3 or 4 times I had to before by adding that tank on their water trough. I could put actually down another one. It might actually be cheaper to put down another water tanker than it would be to actually lease a water tanker to fill up the trough. Sounds kind of weird, but when I placed down that water tanker up at the sheep pen, it added the 10,000 liters of water as I placed it. So you're buying basically the tank with water in it. Although leasing a water tanker is not that big of a deal. Money-wise, it's just a strain on how much we only can lease 3 items, so I already got the belt leased. And to add a water tank to that, well, that's 2. Doesn't leave much for other jobs that we need to do. But that is the mulching all done. So we can put the mulcher on back. Maybe since I'm already in the 8230, maybe lease a water tanker now. Or I'll just speed up time and wait to see if one comes up for sale. But we got to check on the soybeans here in a second. Check for the trains. No train, so we can go ahead and park this away. Got the forklift up here. I could sell that, but I actually used that to feed the sheep last time. Because the Massey Ferguson is currently down at the cow barn. Let me go ahead and park this right here for a moment. Let's check to see how the soybeans are doing. Let's see, soybeans, $12.31 at Mary's Farm. They're almost at peak price, so I don't know what the great demand is on, but I don't see anything else worthy of selling here. So we're all set. As for the store, there's the header. Oh yeah, the Gouvile. It's not actually a baler. I mean, it is a baler. It's a stationary baler. Don't need that, and we don't need one. This is not what we're looking for cutting grass and clover and all that. We're looking for a big forage harvester in the future. Plus, it's $44,000. Even at 47% off, it's kind of expensive. So, I'm going to speed up through some time here and probably see you in the early evening hours, like between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. Well, a bigger water trough means probably a bigger tanker, so I'm leasing... No, train. Not leasing, the train. Leasing a bigger water tanker is going to be helpful to us. And it is also time to sell the soybeans. And we'll be using the 9RT for that. But first, I need to come over here and do the good old do-si-do with the rock that's here. Back on up. I did double check the store to see if one was for sale. And nope, nothing has popped up new in there. All the stuff that we've seen before is still there or slowly disappearing, down to 3 items in the store page. And we come down here to get the water because it is free rather than up at the water trough right next to the sheep pen. Got to pay for that water. It was like $480 to lease this tanker. But instead of the 2,000 liters, which was pretty close to 3,000 liters, which was more than enough to fill the water trough before, but now with the 10,000 storage tank right next to it, this will help us on out quite a bit. Probably have some sheep to sell in the month of July also, because we had a good amount of sheep that were worth almost $1,000. I think this is going to take actually all of the tanker that we have. The sheep are like, yay, fresh water. Alright, let's go over to the 9RT. Let's grab the grain trailer, which is up by the harvester. I think that field right there will be ready for harvest in the month of July. So it's going to be 2 trips, which is kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. It's not worth leasing a bigger trailer for selling one crop. If it was like December and I was selling a whole bunch of different type of crop and I had to make a whole bunch of trips, then maybe we'll look into leasing. And by then I'll be getting like a trailer for the Volvo truck. All right, we want soybeans. So currently, make sure it's still at the right agribusiness. 1264, which is better than the max price of 1237. We should get $24,000 for what? Well, that's going to show differently because I got some of the trailer, so it's not showing exactly what we should get. But the remainder of what we have should get $9,500 before our bonus score, plus what we got in the trailer. So in case you forgot, right agribusiness is on the map in the northeast corner, right up here. So, and we are here, so I got to come on out, go all the way around, probably get some fuel on the way back with after the second load. But I'll see you up there with this load. We'll sell this, come back, and get the remainder of what we have, sell that, and then we can call it a month of June. And I'll double check the store before I go to bed as well, just to be sure. I can hear the traffic slowly piling up behind us. "9RT is doing better than what the 8230 did up this hill so far. I mean, we would expect that from a 240 horsepower tractor up to a 500 and something horsepower. Although, we are slowing down. There, all those cars are probably happy that I'm getting off the road for them. A little bumpy on the way up through here. Where the heck does that little road go? I have no idea. Alright, this should be a good amount of money. This alone could be up near 30,000 in total. Going to be just shy of 100,000, I think. Nope, we're going to be over. Perfect. And we got another load to go. Not a full load. Yeah, so that was 34,700-ish. Somewhere right around there. And as we do know, we got about another $10,000 sitting back at the farm. So now we just need to go back, get back here, and sell the rest. Finally made it back. Here's the rest of our soybean. Should be about $10,000-ish. Maybe a little bit more. Alright, not quite. But, you know, I'm not going to complain. Not long ago, we were very low on money, and we're back up to $113,000, almost $114,000. I'm going to spend a little bit of that on the way back. I want to top this off with some fuel so it's ready to go for next few jobs. And then it's time to go to bed. Finally back to my normal schedule of going to bed at 8 o'clock in the evening. which is really, really early. But we're all set to call it a day. Oh, wait. I kind of forgot. Do the chickens need feed, or can they get by? No, the chickens are fine for another month, but they need to be fed. The sheep are fine, as we know. I just gave them some more water. And the cows, yeah, they're going to need some feed here pretty soon, too. So I'll have to get on that. But let's check on the store. Anything new pop up? Nope, nothing new popped up. All right, let's go to bed. Let's go to bed, sleep a good 12 hours. I'm kind of hoping that field is ready for harvest. That way I can feed the chickens with it. Actually, is it... That should be barley or is it oats? I can't remember what I planted here at this point. It is oats, so... Yeah, the chickens won't get oats. I'll have to feed them wheat from the silo. As for the store, well, nothing new popped up, and this is still sitting in there. Nothing that we're interested in. Let's go ahead and check on the sheep, and they should be fine. But what I'm looking for is this. Sheep that are worth selling. I can't sell from here. Got that backwards. Need to come up here. And need to come over to here. There we go. And now we'll scroll down. We got a couple of sheep here. So 2 of them. We're going to sell them. We lose $100 in the transportation fee, but that's better than going back and forth and getting ourselves the animal transporter. Let's scroll on down here. Looking for some nice digits here. No, that's just a set of 2 as well. Another set here. Just double checking it's only a set of 2. At some point we'll have a good sets to sell. Meaning more than a couple at a time, I hope. But I think these are kind of like off the originals that we had. Alright, so that's all we have for today. So we sold 8 sheep, so that's $8,000, which is not bad. Oh, and we are up to $134,000 because our power plant ran overnight, of course. So, the sheep should be taken care of. Oh yeah, like I said, they didn't need much extra water last night, so it's almost a full tank I got left. And they are all set for at least until evening hours. But it's better than having to give them water every 5 or 6 hours or so. So that just leaves the only work for today other than feeding the chickens. And I think we'll go ahead and do that before why it's on my mind here. I parked the 9RT right here with the trailer. Let's go get some wheat. I forgot how much their trough can take, so I'll just go ahead and fill it on up. I think 11,000 would be good. Because I can always top them off when I harvest this wheat over here. I knew I planted wheat, I just couldn't remember where I planted it. But after that, I started to realize that might be oats over there. I'm like, that's probably wheat over here. Almost out of space for eggs over here as well. Where is their feed trough? There it is. So piling up the money, and no, we're not going to be buying any fields with it. That's going to be saved for equipment and leasing fees that we may need. We got plenty of fields to manage currently, I think. Let me go dump this off into here because next up will be harvesting oats. So I'm going to go park this over by the oat field. We can get to that next time. I was kind of hoping for something to come up for sale in the store that we really could use, but for harvesting oats, we don't need anything. We got everything we need there. I'm trying to think if this is the only job I got for the day. I may not even have Frank or whoever come out and bale behind us. We'll do the baling ourselves afterwards, because it's not going to take us long to harvest this oat field and throw that into the silo bunker. And then, well, the silo bunker? No, it's just the silo. And then bale up the straw, and then I think I'll leave the straw there, of course, until we get all the harvesting done. And then we'll lease the baling trailer once again. And we'll either sell the straw or keep it. Actually, selling straw this time of the year is not a good idea. But really, it's not that much of a difference if I sell it now or later. We're talking $10 per, like, 1,000 liters. We'll figure it on out. But anyways, yeah, harvesting next time. And then we'll figure out what to do with that field afterwards. And not much else left to do in the month of July. I think all the other fields that we have, yeah, these are going to be late harvesting for sunflowers and corn. And then we got the soybean fields. These two fields are all set to be getting ready for next season. So it's a matter of these two fields here, really, for the next couple of episodes, I do believe. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching, as always. I'll catch you again right here in Goldcrest Valley. But until then, have a good one.